And another video from Dave. What's up, YouTube? This is Dave signing off from White 7. This is another video to do with Ghostbusters Answered the Call 2016 controversy. Dave's opinion. And another video from Dave. And yeah, I've been wanting to speak on this for a while, and I was hoping things would get better. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping that they would somehow do another trailer and make it actually look good, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen at all. It actually looks worse, to be honest with you. If you're not familiar with the Ghostbusters, I know a lot of you guys grew up, not around the time of Ghostbusters. I actually was born when the first one came out in 1984, and it was a good movie from my childhood. I loved Ghostbusters 1, and I loved the second one. I thought they were both fantastic movies. I thought they were like just movies they were those like timeless movies that you could watch over and over and over. Just like Scarface, or like, in my opinion, I'm a big horror guy. I like The Exorcist. I can watch that over and over. You ever watch a good movie, and every time you see it, like Jaws, it's always like you see something new. It's so good. Did you ever watch that? Like, one thing I always noticed with the film Jaws, every time I see that movie, I'm always noticing something new. That is what you call a good movie. And that's what Ghostbusters is. Every time I watch Ghostbusters, I always caught on to something new. Even the second one, But, this new one coming out, I believe it's called Ghostbusters Answered the Call. Alright, I'm not a sexist guy or anything. I don't care that they got a female cast, but my problem is when you look at the trailer, it looks like they, went and grabbed Melissa McCarthy, gave her a phone call, hey, you want to be in Ghostbusters, and threw like 3 other nobodies in there too. I mean, and then it's like the whole female cast was supposed to be this thing to like, make controversy, to get people to like look at the film, and instead it's like getting people to look at the film and look how bad it is. If you follow what I'm pretty much saying with that. I think it was all over controversy, the first, choice to actually have a female cast. If they would have, I mean, nothing against, if it was actually, I watched both trailers, and the second, how is the second trailer worse than the first one? I mean, I don't understand that. I mean, currently right now with the second trailer, the video I looked at, it has over 1 million views, 15K likes, and 56K dislikes. That's not good. You can tell people are pissed because what they're doing, what I notice they're doing with things like this and Ninja Turtles, they're bringing stuff from our childhood and destroying it. That's what they're doing. They're just bringing stuff from our childhood and fucking destroying it. That's all it is. To make a quick buck. That's all it is. Back in the day, you had Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, what's that guy's name? Ernie Hudson, Harold Ramis. You had a good cast. That was a good cast. This new cast, yeah, they got Melissa McCarthy, and I like a lot of her movies, but to me, it's just, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And then they get Chris Hemsworth, to be like the person that answers the phone. I mean, come on. I don't know. I think it's a bad move. That's all I could say. Like going back to I haven't thought Transformer movies sucked, but that's just me. First one was alright. After that, I didn't see the newest one, but I'm just saying, like, going back to Ninja Turtles, I would take the old Vanilla Ice Ninja Turtles when he's dancing, go ninja, I would take that over this new shit that literally looks like Shredder is a transformer. You know what I'm saying? they're just ruining everything. The only good thing I could say about this Ghostbusters that I like from the previews, I didn't think the ghosts looked that bad. I thought they looked all right, but the one-liners, I don't ever think any really one-liners are funny in any of these movies, but like, couldn't they made ones that would at least make you smirk or something, or kind of laugh in your head or something? They have one where she jumps off stage and they don't catch her, the black chick. And then she goes, I don't know if this is a female, like something like, I don't know if this is a female thing or a black thing. Like, I don't know. It just looks bad. It looks bad. And it's a shame because Ghostbusters is a movie that I grew up, it's part of my childhood that I remember and love. I mean, the Ghostbusters car is like one of them things from like, the past that you really sticks in your mind. Like, I remember where I used to live in Florida, somebody actually had a Ghostbusters car. They made one, or it was a replica. I don't know if it was from the original movie. The guy had an identical Ghostbusters car. And like, that guy probably loved Ghostbusters, and he sees this shit and he's fucking about ready to put a gun to his head. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. I'm just joking there, but I'm just saying, like, really think about it. A guy that loves Ghostbusters on that degree sees this. And it's like they're just taking a great franchise and throwing it in the trash. Sony should be ashamed of themselves, in my opinion, for having this movie put together. I'm sorry. It's bad. And I didn't speak on it because I was hoping the second trailer, like I said, would be better, and somehow it's worse. I think what they should do with this movie, scrap what they got, go back to the drawing board. I hate to say it, I know I'm going to sound a little sexist here, but get a male cast. Get some halfway decent actors. I mean, I don't know why they couldn't get somebody like Will Smith to play, Winston. Who else would be good nowadays for, you got Will Smith, that would be a good actor. You got that guy from Jurassic Park. He could have been, something good. The main star in the latest Jurassic Park. I mean, they could get a cast together, of decent actors, make this a fucking, somewhat memorable movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got the people out there to make the movie. It's just they chose, and if you're gonna get a female cast, get some good actors as a female cast. You know what I'm saying? Get maybe Natalie Portman or somebody on a level of like that's, somewhat believable. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just think they just threw this movie together just to make a quick cash grab, and it's very disappointing because they're ruining more movies and stuff from our childhood, like they always do. With everything. I don't know. The latest Ninja Turtles game, I'm hearing mixed things about that. The old Turtles game back in the day, that was a great game. Even games they're ruining. I mean, it's getting out of hand in my opinion. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't ever think really any remakes are really good when you really come and look at it. Even when you look at the horror movies that, I'm a big horror fan. The new Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, I mean, nobody plays Freddy like Robert Englund. You know what I'm saying? When it really comes down to it. And, no, and when you comes back, when you look at like, how Bill Murray was as Peter Vincent, or Venkman, my bad, Venkman, uh, he had character. He played. You could tell that was like he was an actor. One thing these new actors don't got like some of the old ones. They got the ability to act. You could tell there was like some great. It was like they love doing their job, if that makes sense. And these new actors are just looking for a paycheck, if that makes sense. Like, you could tell these old actors what's his name? Dan Aykroyd, back in the day. That guy, when he acted, you could tell he was playing his role. Nowadays, if it isn't for the special effects and explosions and CGI and all that, that would look horrible. These guys, old actors could go on not much, if that makes sense. They could act just in a movie and be an actor. These, without special effects and explosions and all that shit, these new actors wouldn't even know. It would look like a dull movie. It would look horrible. Because the acting is terrible nowadays. It's just downright pitiful. You got very few actors. You got Leonardo DiCaprio, which he can actually act. We've seen it many times in Wolf of Wall Street, Titanic. The list goes on. Johnny Depp's a great actor. I almost lost hope in him for a while until I saw Black Mask, and that was the old Johnny Depp right there. I know he got wrapped in that Pirates of the Caribbean bullshit, but he's a great actor. You know, I mean, those two right there are fantastic actors, but you don't got much. You know, you got Brad Pitt, but Brad Pitt hasn't really been in much lately. Um, you know, you got Christian Bale. I think he's a pretty good actor. But a lot of actors nowadays aren't even on their level. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of them are just garbage, you know? And I just think they just threw this movie together for a cash grab. And that's basically all I have to say. I think the second trailer looked worse than the first one. I think they're ruining our childhood. But that's just me. Tell me what you think in the comments section. Do you hope this movie just gets thrown in the trash and they start over again, or don't he? In my opinion, let's just be real. You got a classic like Jaws, a classic like Jaws, a classic like Poltergeist that they fucked up. Remember that just recently? How do you ruin Poltergeist? You know, a classic like Jaws, which thank God they have. I mean, I want to see a Jaws remake, but I know they're not going to do a good Jaws remake. But you got a classic like Jaws, you got a classic like The Exorcist. You know, if you can't redo them properly, leave them in the past. They're good enough as old films where you could rewatch them, because all they're going to do is make this new film where it's gonna kind of take the old one and ruin it, if that makes sense, in my opinion. You know, leave greatness in the past if you can't fucking make it great again. And that's all I have to say about that. Tell me in the comment section what you think. Do you think they're ruining Ghostbusters? Do you think, like I said, should they throw it in the trash, start over, or just leave it in the past? Tell me in the comment section. More videos to come. Thank you, YouTube.